Buenas noches. Good evening. No, I am not a bullfighter. Ah, there. Okay. Now, what's happened here? It's almost like just a natural progression of things, isn't it? But my main joy today is finally, we know about the qualifications thing, don't we? Right? Because I haven't got any qualifications. Well, something came today. Let me share this with you. Now, what we have here, it's going to be a little bit hard to believe, but hey, listen. Right? This certifies the holder, Paul Russell, as majoring in common sense, advanced common sense, and distinction in common sense, and masters in logic and all applications involving correct reasoning, and advanced horseradish detection, masters in real fake recognition, and impossible possible detection, planning, and resolution. Signed, Planet Earth. Beat that, okay? And then, these both came, look, I've been working on these, right? Advanced A+ and distinction in relentless, and advanced masters in human nature, and majored in Planet Earth protection management. Signed, Planet Earth. Now, there's a very good chance. You look at these and think, it's fake, don't you? How do you know these things are real? Because of the watermark. They have both got the watermarks, okay? Now, there's quite a lot of stuff in the inbox, but I couldn't help notice another one today. I posted it on Instagram, so it'll come up on Facebook. Claims that they've detected a solar system, the beginnings of a new solar system, many, many light years away. You know how I feel about a light year. Now, this reminds me of the claims that our sun is going to go red giant in 4.5 billion years. Absurdity. That's better. It's knowledge being claimed that cannot be known. Okay? Discovery of a solar system, a new star forming, and the beginnings of planets. They have just detected. Now, this is where common sense, it's one of my qualifications. When they say they're detecting the beginnings of a planet, what does this mean? What are they looking at, right? I say this because it would take more than a weekend for a planet to form, a star to form. So how do they know that it's the beginnings of a star and the beginnings of a planet and the beginnings of a solar system, just like ours? I'd like to bring your attention to the fact that it takes Uranus, it makes me chuckle, doesn't it, 84 years to orbit the sun. Just once. It takes Neptune 165 years to orbit the sun once. And Pluto, who we're seriously looking at reinstating Pluto back as a planet just because we can. It takes Pluto 248 years to orbit the sun. Just once. They've had space telescopes up there. 30 years maybe? 35 years? 40 years? What is it? What is this unbelievable piggyback that they've gotten from somewhere that in 30 years of observing the sky, they can work out what our star is going to be doing over the next 4.5 billion years. How did that happen? How on earth do they look up at the sky with these telescopes, right, see something and can make a claim that, oh look, that's a new star, that's new planets forming, look. What is it that is visible for people to make these claims in the no time at all that we've had here? How can people make these claims? Like the sun going red giant in 4.5 billion years. How do people work that out? With just 50 years of looking into the skies with space telescopes. And that, we've still got to get to the thrust in a vacuum, which is going to turn out to be a dud. You'll see. How on earth was that worked out? Is it like times a million when they look up with these telescopes? Do they see it all play through? Oh, look, there's look, solar system, there it is, look, boom. And they go and check the next day, and oh, there's another 4 planets orbiting this new star that wasn't there yesterday. How does it work? It's knowledge being claimed that simply cannot be known. It really doesn't, because it's just one thing after another. And these things aren't logical. They defy logic and common sense. You saw my qualifications. I'm relentless. So, how on earth? It's like, how do I explain it? Like looking at a tree that has never, ever been seen before, right? And going, that tree is going to live to 800 years old. But you've only been looking at it for 2 minutes. Yeah, claiming knowledge that cannot be known. You can't make claims about something that's going to be happening in 4.5 billion years with La Estrella, El Sol, right? When you've only been looking at it for a few decades. What is it that has given people this piggyback knowledge? It's ridiculous. That's how easy that one is to work out. It's just more of the same, isn't it? Now, what we have is a few things. We've got, it's coming up to the end of July, isn't it now? One of the biggest worries we now face is the amount of animals that are heading towards the equator at this time of year. Now, this is going to be the time when people who are working in high rises, buildings, caves, fairgrounds, roller coaster ride, anything like that, pilots of aircraft, they're going to have to be very wary of the planet suddenly slowing down as these animals cross over the equator. All right, so we'll see if we can put out some kind of planetary memo to let people know that there are animals crossing the equator at this time of year, and it is going to drastically, I say drastically, it could be enough to throw someone, couldn't it? All of a sudden, not spinning as fast, it could be catastrophic damage somewhere. So we need to get a memo out to people to let them know that there could be a little bit of a, what's that? Yeah. That's one of the main ones, right? The other one is there seems to be a lack of common sense running across the planet like a Mexican wave. So we really need to get to the bottom of that one. In fact, if we get to the bottom of the common sense deficiency, you might find that the animals and the equator thing, the slowing down of the planet, might just disappear, right? So it's a toughie. It's a toughie, isn't it? I mean, claiming that, hello, look, there's a new solar system. Look, we spotted a new solar system. Knowing that one of our planets takes 248 years to orbit our star. And they've only been looking up there for, I mean, what planets are they talking? You know, are they rocky planets or gas planets like the giants, like Jupiter and stuff? And the star, fancy that. Seeing something and calling a solar system just like ours, just beginning, look. Just this constant string of knowledge being claimed that obviously can't be known, and it isn't hard to work out, okay? So, sorry I'm a bit late tonight, but qualifications come with a courier. I didn't think they would get here till tomorrow, so I'll be probably putting those up on the wall somewhere. Yeah, so hola, let's crack this code together. During a solar eclipse, what you'll find is anybody who's in that sweet spot, right, on planet Earth, and they've got the moon right up in front of them, and behind the moon, you've got the sun, star. Now, the reason that the sweet spot, the moon shadow, the moon, and the sun, the reason that they're all in a laser-like precise straight line is because they are in a laser precise straight line. And for that to happen, using common sense, you see the qualifications, and logic, correct reasoning, right? This can only happen with absolute light radiating from the sun. There cannot be any photons involved, because if it took 8 minutes and 20 seconds for photons to reach the moon after leaving the sun, the second that those photons started to travel, not a bad podium, is it? Eh? Earth will have turned by 2.08 degrees. So by the time the photons that had left the sun arrive at the moon 8 minutes and 20 seconds later to cast a shadow, Earth has already moved out of the way of those photons. So how on earth? There is only one logical answer, and it is very basic common sense, guys. It's because the sun is radiating absolute light. It's so obvious, right? That how many times are we going to have to keep doing this, right? Well, now that I've got some paperwork, it might take me a bit more seriously. Like this, water snaps. Okay, it's the real deal. It's like the King's seal of approval, but signed Planet Earth. Okay? Is that phone? Oh, still on. All right, I'm going to call it there. I want to get those things framed. and they're not the originals, okay? So they're in a safe somewhere. So don't even try it, okay? Okay, 84 years, 165 years. Uranus and Neptune. That's how long it takes. And then Pluto, 260 something, 248 years to orbit the sun once. But people are claiming that it just worked out that they're looking at a new star forming, a new solar system with planets. The first ever sign of a newborn planet. What a load of rubbish. Sorry to burst the bubble, but somebody's got to do it. All right, that will do it for tonight. Please be under 15. 16. Okay. All right. Buenas noches. It's a wrap, innit?